Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Thursday, October 30th, 2025. And I want to talk about voltage, biochemistry, and methylation. These are big words for a lot of people. And the reason why I'm bringing it up because I keep seeing posts about this kind of stuff, and I've been talking about it for months. But when I see voltage and what people are recommending for the body, I kind of question some of the recommendations that are being put forth. And the reason being is because one of them talks about, or one post I found says, don't drink distilled water. I'm thinking to myself, huh? Do they really know about deuterium? D-E-U-T-E-R-I-U-M? And when you deplete it from the water, what happens? What truly happens? You're getting the cleanest water, meaning hydrogen and oxygen. So 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. But are you getting the most absorbable if you're drinking distilled? And there is a lot of confusion with distilled water, because people say, oh, it's not good for you, it robs minerals out of your body. Are you sure? I asked the question. Because on the screen here I have something that's written. If you can zoom in and read that. I'll read here. What is your biochemical powerhouse? One of the most important biochemical processes in the body is known to be methylation. And yet, most people have never heard about it. At its core, methylation is a process of adding a tiny molecule called a methyl group, 1 carbon plus 3 hydrogen atoms, to make CH3 to another molecule, like flipping a chemical switch. So, when I talk about deuterium depleted water with a molecular bond angle of 114 degrees, what does it mean in layman's terms? Well, I'll be the first to tell you it's hydrogen rich. Because when water should only have hydrogen and oxygen, how do you get the cleanest but most absorbable version of it? Well, if you've been watching me long enough, you'll know I'm a broken record when I talk about the machine I use to actually make it. Why is that? Well, because the things I do to show you, to prove to you that the cleanest and most absorbable can do magnificent things for the body. One of those magnificent things I demonstrated yesterday. Let's have a look at it. I'm just going to plug into my headphones here so I can hear what you're hearing. And you'll see, this is, I called it, what's your blood pressure before, during, and after workouts or exercising? And this is yesterday's episode, number 103. And in this particular moment, I'm going to play it. I want you to pay close attention to something. I'm not listening to the metronome, this guy right here. But what I want to show, this is my current tempo. I'm tapping it. So it's hovering around 170. Now in the 180s. Now run 190. Now I'm getting into the 200s. So, you see, we're finally finishes off at 224.
There we go.
And when I see people commenting and talking about don't drink distilled water or deuterium depleted water, how is it that I have energy and agility of somebody that's half my age? I've been drinking this water for 4 years. Do you think that it's doing something for me? Like, I think it's pretty obvious that it is. And is the water the glue, as I call it, inside the body to drive the process of methylation and absorb all those minerals that you get from I'm a broken record when I talk about this. Salt. What's in salt? Well, you got, what is it, up to 80 different minerals? Copper, iron, 3 types of magnesium, like it goes on and on and on and on. And when you have the water that's absorbable and these minerals are floating around, what do you think happens to muscle fibers? Do they absorb that water and oxygen? Sodium as well? Yes. Do I get muscle cramps when I'm doing 224 skips a minute? I'm forcing the muscle to contract, to be electric. If I didn't have that voltage, electricity in my body, I wouldn't be able to do it. And so when I see, all these things, you need to have for DNA, you need to have for hormones and yada 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 yada, all this stuff. Like, okay, it's great to know the details, and I'm a believer in knowing the details. But does it have to be that complicated? Do most people want to dive into this stuff? Like, now, what else affects methylation? Antacids, hormonal birth control, glyphosate, Roundup blocks the shikimate pathway, I guess that's how you pronounce it, needed to produce folate in gut microbes. Well, a lot of us know that alcohol and smoking and even overtraining can increase methylation demand. Am I overtraining? yesterday I made the legs scream on the vibration plate. Scream. And during the end of the workout, I was thinking in the back of my mind, I wonder how much I'm going to hurt today. Am I going to hurt? I wake up, not a thing. And I'll tell you, I could feel the legs, the calf muscles when I was doing the calf raises with the vibration plate, and there were moments where I had to stop. I had to relax because the time under tension that I was putting the muscle groups through, the muscle fibers, was strong. Because I wanted to respond. I want to create the micro tears inside the muscle. I wanted to initiate. I want to trigger the process of regeneration. In combination with other things. And I also took my blood pressure yesterday. I have the machine right here. We'll do it again. For all those people that say, "Oh, how do I permanently reduce my blood pressure? How do I permanently do it?" Well, one of those ways is by making sure your blood quality is at its highest level. How do you do that? Well, how do you make sure? Well, when blood is 94% water, hydrogen and oxygen, put the cleanest but most absorbable into your body. That drives the voltage, drives the energy, provides power to ATP. It's not rocket science. So let's see what my blood pressure is. I bet my heart rate's up. So I don't know if you can see it. 140 over 95. I'm revved up. I guess I'm revved up. Let's do another reading. Let's see. You know, am I rubbed the wrong way, I guess, if you want to call it that? With all these competing opinions? To a degree, I am. To a degree. Because I think health can be much more simple. Oh, it didn't even read. What's going on? Something's up. So let's see. 120 over 89, heart rate 61. All right. Do one more time. Why am I taking my blood pressure? I want to keep showing people. So can you see it? 116 over 94, 69 is my heart rate. So do all these things add up that you see on the screen here? Brain fog, high homocysteine or low glutathione on labs, like, then there's genetic mutations, you know, like, are all these things involved? Yeah, I think so. Can you try to offset that, these genetic mutations? Is there anything out there that can help with that? Maybe this can. Why is that? Why can this help? For any of you that have followed long enough, you'll know that I talk about how this resets genes by reflecting infrared light that your body emits back into your skin. This is the X39 that I'm wearing right here. And as part of methylation process, light is included as part of that. And can it be used to help? So here's another article that was posted by Pete in one of these methylation groups. And he talks about every cell in your body, whether it's a neuron, a liver cell, or skin cell, is first and foremost an electrical unit. Well, is it any coincidence that John Ellis calls the distiller the electron 5? Does it have an influence on electricity voltage inside your body? Well, studies are showing that water is so important. Like, you know, if you go in a desert, you can't. How long can you go without drinking water? And if you're living in a very dry climate, how long? Well, it would depend on the quality of water that you're drinking. If you're drinking crap water, well then, will there be a scenario where you could dehydrate quicker? Yeah. I think so. It's safe to say. And you know that if you cut off oxygen supply to the body, then you are essentially doing the same, you know, cutting this kind of oxygen supply, you're done. So if you don't have water, you could survive for a period of time, but then eventually you croak. If you don't have oxygen this way, you know you're done much quicker. So my point is, make sure you're drinking the cleanest but most absorbable. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Have another tool like this. Get your minerals. I like salty food, especially with this kind. Get some regular exercise. If you think I'm overtraining, I don't think I am. Because if I was, then would I recover as fast as I do? I don't know. But if there's one thing for sure I know, it's how I feel. And when I can broadcast this live every single day that I do it, 6 days a week, demonstrating to you, hey, I'm as real as a heart attack. And last week I should have been flatlined right on the ground. I should have been lying flatline on the floor when I hit 213 beats per minute for a heart rate. But I walked around here as if it was a normal day. Is my heart rate an anomaly? When it happened the first time, when I hit 209 way back in January of 2022, I was really pissed off that day. And I thought that was maybe a coincidence, perhaps a fluke. But when it happened again, later that year, I realized, wait a minute. Something has fundamentally changed. And at that point in time, it had a lot to do with drinking deuterium depleted water every single day with a molecular bond angle of 114 degrees. And there's nothing you can say to me to convince me otherwise. Nothing. To say, oh, it's not good for you. Really? Because my agility and energy stares you right in the face. Try to keep up. Join me. See if you can do it. Pete writes here, he says, low voltage equals low life force. I agree with that. So how do I power the life force? Water. Look. Like, see? Like, so simple. Good health should not be complicated, but the industry has made it so complicated. People are so confused. They don't know what to do. It's awful. Do I suffer from mineral deficiency? If I did, I'd be getting cramps like crazy. Especially when I do the 224 skips per minute. At that tempo, bam, really explosive. Just trying really aggressively. I don't get cramps at night. I don't get any cramps in the morning or during the night. Not a thing. Not. Zero. Now, can EMFs and blue light play a negative role with regards to how voltage and methylation happens inside your body? It can. We're constantly bombarded with these electromagnetic fields. And it's only getting worse. So how do you protect yourself? Well, it starts with the water. I'll be the first to tell you that. And that's how you're going to protect yourself. The water has such a very good pronounced effect on brainwave frequency. It's just super, super good. And when you are not dehydrated, meaning lack of hydrogen inside the body, then that carbon and those three atoms that I talked about earlier in this episode, guess what? They create that CH3. And the basis of all methylation. That's why you need the hydrogen, but there's also, hydrogen has three different isotopes. Negative, positive, and one is, I guess, is radioactive. How do you remove the radioactivity out of the hydrogen? Well, if you go and watch episode number... I can't remember which one. Oh, 60. No, it's episode 60-A. So that I posted on September 8th, 2025. I titled it A Must Watch. And that episode is just very telling. And it comes from the horse's mouth. The guy behind who created the invention for 114 degree molecular bond angle water, which has been around for 40 years. 40 years. And I've got a lot of respect for the guy. He invented something for himself, and he's sharing it with the world. But it's up to you if you want to try it. So I've been toying the idea with how I could package this water up and ship it directly to you if you want it from me. You can get a free sample directly from John Ellis. If you live in the United States, call him up. He'll send you a sample for free. Because he knows what he's got. Is he heavily shadow banned? 100%. 100%. Because he's walking around 95 years old and he doesn't look 95. Why is it? Has a lot to do with the water that he's been drinking for the last 40 plus years. Even longer. But don't use your eyes to look at him. One day maybe I'll get to meet him in person. I'd shake his hand and say thank you for the gift that he's given this world. Can it help you with all kinds of other ailments? You don't know until you try. And when you combine it with this, I'll tell you, wow, it was like supercharged together. Just superb. Make the right choices and all of a sudden, pow! The energy and everything else in your body just comes alive. If that inspires you, have a look at Unlock Your Bioenergy. Look at that QR code right there. That one. Scan it with your phone. If you're watching me on your big screen, it'll take you to unlockyourBioenergy.godaddysites.com or type in the address as you see on the screen. You'll see the buttons on the screen there, and you can navigate how to use the light technology that I talk about, which is the X39. If you click on this button here, purchase your bioenergy products, that'll lead you to this. If you want to learn more about deuterium depleted water, I gotta update that button. That comes with 114 degree molecular bond angle water. I show you how to make it, where you can get the device. I don't make a penny telling you about this. Not a thing. Not from John Ellis. But if you want to buy the water from me as a trusted source, show a thumbs up, a like on this video. If you want to learn more about my testimonial and other testimonials, I recently updated this page. If you want to join as a member of Unlock Your Bioenergy, let me know. You want to start something on the side? Reap the benefits? Send me a message or comment on the video below. Lastly, if you want to purchase your own lymphatic system trigger, which I use is the Buddy Lee ropes. I like them. You can click here and it'll take you to a link where you can make a purchase. And lastly, if you want to make a purchase of X39, that QR code right there will take you to lifewave.com /Gordon Tomazic, Tomazic, and make a purchase, and I'll know. Then you're supporting me, and you appreciate the information I am sharing with you. Last but not least, let's get on with it. We're going to do the workout for today. So I can go on and talk about, bioelectrical terrain and remineralizing and, hydrate. Water isn't just, but I've been a broken record up until this point regularly, and I know this stuff. I know water is important. Make sure you're getting the cleanest and most absorbable. And if that means being deuterium depleted and with a 114 degree molecular bond angle water, now you're talking. I'm telling you. It's going to power your mitochondria like no tomorrow. And I feel the difference. I love how it feels. And then, don't need red light. This is much simpler. Some people call it, it's like being in a med bed. If you've heard of that term. Alright, so, heart rate monitor. Going to start with 9 minutes. We're going to do a turn on the tempo. So I'm going to put it at 160. It's connected. That's good. 165. Let's begin. Nine minutes. Let's warm up. Now again. So yesterday I did the calf muscles, the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes. I should be hurting today, but no, I'm feeling just fine. F-I-N-E, fine. So this tempo is set at 165. trying the tricks again. Trying to double under crisscross. I'm going to stop the metronome. Let's go at my own pace. Two and a half minutes left. Alright, I'm going to try for a burst. Let's see. rotating my foot. Wow. All right. I'm going to take my blood pressure. Again. What is it? 127 over 64. Heart rate 137. Let's take it again. So can you see it there? (120 over 85), heart rate 111. So my heart rate monitor is reading correctly, as it should. That's the 2-minute rest is up. So I'll turn that off. I will switch back to the heart rate monitor. I'm going to adjust the tempo for the metronome to help with counting the reps and keeping. So you'll see there, 60 beats per minute. And the first exercise is going to be, going to do medial delts. I'm going to continue on with the vibration plate, because I like how the activation occurs, and by including this as part of the we're going to be using the door anchors and ankle straps. The door anchors go underneath the feet. Grab the what I'm going to do is actually put them underneath the ball of my foot. The door anchor. That way the bands are at the lowest point on underneath my feet, but not under my feet. I'm going to use my elbows, attach the, actually, by having my feet wider apart, the range of motion, tension starts here at the bottom, and that's if you're looking to strengthen the muscle, you want the weight to be applying to the full range of motion. Alright, so by starting with the medial delts, alright, so by attaching the ankle straps to the elbows, it takes the forearm and the hand out to compensate for the movement. And to prevent the bands from falling off, just make a little hook with my forearms. There we go. So you can probably see how much my hands are moving, even in the shadow. If you look on the floor. So by doing these type of reps, working the type 2, now I'm going to go slow. Oh yeah, I'm starting to feel it now. Right here it hurts. Wow. Wow. Down in this the bottom end of the rep, it really stings. My goodness, that feels... Alright, next up is going to be, we're going to do the front delts. So, by having kind of the elbows a little farther apart from the torso, you don't want them side by side. You can, but you could stretch it like that if you wish. That way you get a full tension. Alright. Add a little bit of twist, rotation. Okay. So, next is front delts. Let's go. Can do a little bit of a wave like I did last week. So, kind of between the front delt and the fatiguing those front deltoids. goodness, they hurt. Wow. Pushing 10 pounds like that feels like 100. Wow. Alright, next up is bent over. Just going to put this on the end here like this. Step on that. Do the same on this side. And on the end. Step on that. Oh. I don't want it to be on the toe. Under the toe. Under the ball of the foot. Now, what I want to do is crisscross them again. So that way there's tension right here at the bottom. You can see the band, there's not a lot of slack. See, here's loose. Alright. I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Alright, nice and even. So, instead of standing straight upright and attaching the bands to the wall, I'm doing it this way. So, I'm going to try a little bit. Let's see here. Add the see what happens is that my arms move a little bit. They compensate, and I can feel it. Okay. My rear delts are pretty strong. They've come along. And here I say they come along, and I lift my feet. Let's give myself a rest. Feel it in the lower back a little bit. Because it's kind of, I have to hold it. So this turns into a combination exercise. Oh yeah, I can feel it. next up is farmer carries. So let's see if I do it this way. I'm going to go a little bit heavier. Yeah, I'm going to use this. Black bag. So this is going to be like 38 pounds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it this way. By taking the grain band out of the door stop or the door anchor, I'm going to use them much the same way. Instead of stepping on the bands, save them this way. I've got arches in the shoe, but see, there we go. That's good. So there's tension right at the bottom, which is what I want to see. Alright, next up. Oh yeah, I guess I could do that even. Kind of holds it into place. Wasn't that something? Okay. Farmer's carry next. So this is going to be for the traps. Can hold the band a little bit shorter. Raise the traps down and then up. So this is what we call shoulder shrugs. So letting the bands pull the trap full extension. Yeah, they're pulling on them. And then just hanging in there, hold the bands, work those trapezoids. Farmer's carry. Alright, next up is going to be rotator. So, Put these bad boys away. And this I know is going to be hurtful already. So the 10 pounds I struggled last week. And I don't have 2 yellow bands to reduce the weight, so this is what it is. There's going to be the elbow. Yeah, that's good. Alright, got my other post here that you don't see. It's the same as this one. That's here. This one, same. So we're going to do external rotation with the see if it goes. Slightly over. Okay. There we go. Last but not least, rotator. There we go. So, what I'm going to do is hold myself in position here. Keep my elbows away from my torso. Hey. Some of them crisscross them differently. Keeps bugging me. My left arm is a little bit longer than my right one. This femur bone. I'm not very symmetrical. Wow. Oh, wow. God, it burns. Now I'm done. Compensating too much. All right. Hopefully heart rate didn't drop. So here we are 35 minutes in. Today's date is October 30th, 2025. Starting time was at 11:56 a.m. Okay. So basically I stayed in this heart rate zone the entire time. So hitting a max during the 9-minute warm-up, just staying at 162 today. So my conditioning is for 9 minutes is already kind of adjusted. And it's reflecting now on the heart rate. So last week was the first week that I started doing these 9-minute warm-ups. And the first day was when the heart rate went right up. Second one, it was higher. It was high. Third day was still high. But my body is adjusting to it. So yeah, my heart rate's dropping, even though I'm keeping the intensity fairly high. And I'll watch back the replay to see how high my heart rate officially goes, or not necessarily my heart rate, but my tempo. I'll have to tap it. Oh, and before I forget, one last thing. Let's do another blood pressure reading. So here you can see, without starting the timer, it's reading what my heart rate is. Let's have a look. So you can see here, final blood pressure reading. So 109/78, heart rate 98 on the display. So one more reading, and that'll be it for today. So can you see what it is? 111/76, heart rate 97. So I'm telling you, you can fix your blood pressure simply with starting to drink deuterium depleted water with a bond angle of 114 degrees. When I say bond angle, a molecular bond angle. And then if you want to have some more fun with your mitochondria and recovery, you can add this into the fray. All I can say is it works. It works for me. Can it work for you? You don't know until you try. So that's why I encourage you to, that QR code right there is where you can place your order for X39. So that's it for today. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. It's Thursday today. I'm going to have another glass of deuterium depleted water. And we'll see you tomorrow for Feel It Friday. Playing with cards. Bye.